Well, good morning, y'all. I am not truly and fully 100% awake this morning yet. I've got my coffee here, and I would say I'm probably about 88.5% awake, and the bar is rapidly climbing toward being fully functional this morning. Man, it's beautiful here this morning. We got some rain and stuff, and everything's just fresh. Perfect temperature out this morning. Looks like it's going to be a really enjoyable day. Well, what I want to talk to you guys about in this video today is 3 skills that every man needs. Kind of reminds me, I don't know, I guess most of my audience would be familiar with a television show that came on several years ago. The show was Duck Dynasty, that followed the Robertson family. Most of you probably know that show. I haven't watched like mainstream television in years, but I'd watch that show every once in a while back several years ago. And for those of you who may not know who that is, the Robertsons are like a backwoods Louisiana family that the family patriarch, Phil, he started building duck calls several years ago, and these guys built such good duck calls that they turned that into a multi-million-dollar financial success. And pretty famous family, and Duck Dynasty just followed them around in their life and kind of recorded their shenanigans. I'm sure a lot of it was made up for our entertainment. But I recall one episode, if you know the characters, Uncle Si, Phil's brother, all of them, they needed to get Miss Kay a birthday gift one year. I think it was her birthday, and in that episode they were gonna all get her a birthday gift. And so Uncle Si, Phil's brother, instead of going and buying Miss Kay a gift somewhere, Si decided to make Miss Kay a gift himself. So the birthday party came around, and everybody gave Miss Kay her gift, and when Miss Kay opened her gift from Uncle Si, she found in there a hand-sewn, handmade kitchen apron that Uncle Si had set down on the sewing machine and made for her. He bought the material and cut out the pieces and sat down at the sewing machine and made it for her. And in the episode, everybody's jaw kind of hit the floor, because Miss Kay said, "Si, where did you get this?" And he said, "Well, I made it." And they just couldn't believe that. Si, Uncle Si, this grizzled, big-bearded, long-haired Vietnam vet, they didn't know that Uncle Si knew how to sew. And I think Uncle Si's reaction in that is kind of memorable. He seemed like he was kind of half offended and half surprised, and he said in his way, he said something like, "Well, yeah, every man needs to know how to sew. I can sew." And when I heard that, I thought that's kind of the coolest thing I heard all day. And I was thinking, he's right. It got me to thinking. He said a man needs to know how to sew. And I agree with him. I don't know how old you are, but probably my generation and back before, some domestic task and chores like that, like sewing, that was primarily kind of seen maybe as woman's domain and kind of jobs for women. But Uncle Si was right. A man does need to know how to sew, because being a man, part of that is being self-sufficient and independent. and getting things done. And if you think about it, everybody needs to know how to sew. I mean, it shouldn't be just for women. I mean, it's just a basic, it seems like one of those things that would be a basic skill for all people to have. Um, and Si's statement, every man needs to know how to sew, was kind of validating for me, because although I've never sewn a kitchen apron, I have many times took needle and thread in hand and made repairs to my clothing, being outdoors and tearing holes in things, clothing and gear. And I've sewed up holes on the inside of my pockets. I've sewed little patches on the clothes, and I know I've had to sew 2 pieces of cloth together sometime. I've sewn the ends of pillowcases and different things like that. So you'll never see me criticizing a man if I see him sitting down in a chair with needle and thread and a thimble on his finger, sewing something together, because I think that's an important skill for anyone to have, and I think a man ought to know how to sew. Uncle Si was right on that one. Well, number 2, what's another thing that a man should know how to do? A man should know how to cook. A man should know how to cook. Over the years, a handful of times, I've heard people say about men, or either men themselves, saying, well, I don't know how to cook, or my wife cooks. I don't know how to cook. And I never could understand that. It seems almost unbelievable. It's like I almost don't believe it. I do believe it, but I just don't understand it, because, guys, cooking is not rocket science. It's not magic. Again, it's a basic human skill that I think all people should have. If you're a young man, just starting out in life, maybe leaving home, dude, you need to know how to cook. You get out on your own in college or whatever. I mean, you might be able somehow to afford to go buy drive-through or take out every night or every day, but I can't tell you what to do. I wouldn't do it. And here's why: because it's expensive as crap. You're gonna save a whole lot of money by cooking something yourself. You're gonna waste a lot of money by going out and getting takeout and restaurant food every day. And besides that, it's gonna be bad for you. You can fix a lot more healthier meals at home. And I just think that a man ought to be able to go out and buy some ingredients, good quality ingredients, and take those ingredients and process them and turn them into a delightful and nutritious meal that he and others could enjoy. So just think about it. You need to do that for yourself. You need to have that basic skill. And if you get married and you're depending on your wife to cook, and if she cooks or whatever, I mean, if that arrangement works for you guys, that's fine, whatever, but you still need to know how to cook. Because think about it, what if what if your wife gets sick? What if she gets down to where she can't cook? And you need to cook for her, especially if you get married and you have a wife and you eventually have kids. What about them kids? Or if your wife gets sick and your kids are little, dude, are you gonna bring them McDonald's all week? No, you'll switch it up. You'll bring them McDonald's, you'll bring them Burger King the next day, you'll bring them Panda the next day. Don't do that. You need to know how to cook for people. And yourself, not the least. You need to know how to cook for yourself, and you need to know how to cook for other people. So cooking is a basic human skill that everyone needs, I think. And besides, if you learn to cook, you might enjoy it. That's one of my chief pleasures in life, is taking some ingredients and just getting in the kitchen, turning on some music, and cooking a good meal for myself and other people brings me a lot of joy. And it might, if you try it out, you might find that you enjoy cooking too. So I think every man needs to know how to cook. Well, what's the third thing I think every man needs to know how to do? Gotta get me some more of that coffee. The third thing I think I want to talk about, it's not easy for me to talk about because I don't like to do it. But I think every man should know how to clean. Every man should know how to clean. Like I said, I'm not the best at cleaning, but I do it. I may not clean, I don't clean maybe to the level that some others might, but let me tell you what else I don't do. I don't pay a monthly pest termination bill for somebody to come out every month and spray for cockroaches, because I keep my home and my living environment to a certain level of cleanliness. Pull out the furniture in the corner, sweep behind there, mop if you have to, clean your bathroom, clean your tub, clean your sink, definitely clean your bathroom floors. Don't let your dishes pile up. Wash your clothes, wash your bedding more than once every 5 months. I was going to talk about cleaning the refrigerator, but I don't know. I think there might be a difference between man brain and woman brain in cleaning the refrigerator, because woman brain might say to clean the refrigerator once every month, and man brain might say to clean the refrigerator once. Well, there you go. I think I cleaned my refrigerator once, but if I spill something in there, I'm going to clean it up. But y'all, every guy needs to know how to clean. Well, I think that's my rant today, y'all, and I just want to say to the guys that, whenever you get done working on your 87 Chevy and you jump on your motorcycle and you're heading down to jiu-jitsu class, and as you're going down, you're wondering, why hadn't your man card came in the mail yet? Well, it might be you'll get it once you learn to cook, clean, and sew. Well, that's all I got, guys. Hope you have a good day today, and we'll see you next time.